Rivington's Terrace Gardens were developed for over 20 years by Lord Leverhulme. He employed landscape designers to create these extraordinary gardens in which they developed many features of which you can still see here today. So Hazel, here we are on Rivington's Terraced Gardens, and this is exactly where Lord Leverhulme lived, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. This spot here is where he built his bungalows. He actually had two bungalows here. The first one was actually burnt down by the suffragettes, so he rebuilt it after that point into a stronger stone-built building rather than one that was burnt down, was predominantly wooden.
And Lord Leverhulme was a very, very successful businessman, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. For his day, he was an extremely important businessman in the area, famed for Port Sunlight soap, and basically he made his wealth through the soap industry.
Why did he choose Rivington as an area for his estate?
Well, he's originally from Bolton, so he always had strong connections to this area, and he wanted an area to build a property basically, and to have as one of his properties that he can live in. And he basically purchased the manor of Rivington in 1900, and at that point this was basically a moorland hillside. There was nothing here at all. And he developed this area of about 45 acres into his own personal gardens with his own house and also 3 houses for his main gardeners.
What would the house have looked like?
Sadly, a lot different to what it is today. It was an absolutely enormous house. I don't think any expense was spared really, and within the ballroom area there he basically had the constellations of the stars as the day that they were on the day he was born put on the ceiling. So as you can imagine, it would have been quite dramatic. Numerous bedrooms for himself, the staff and everything. There's garden shelters throughout the gardens. As I say, 3 properties that were for his main gardeners. There's kitchen garden areas. There are 2 areas of lakes. The Italian area behind me, which he used to use for a swimming pool as well for an early morning dip.
Very nice. It's a bit cold though.
I imagine it was very cold, and also the Japanese area with another lake down there. And there are some tiling areas which we think are from the toilets, to be honest, but the ballroom would have covered the area just in front of that section.
The way that Lord Leverhulme developed this estate, it's really made it such a beautiful area to come and walk through, hasn't it?
It has. Well, there's a myriad of footpaths and bridleways through the Terrace Gardens itself, and Rivington in general attracts over 1 million visitors a year to the area, many of which do come up through the Terrace Gardens, especially at Easter time. It's very popular for people to walk up to the Pike on Good Friday. So there are 3 themes to the gardens that he developed: the Italian area, the Japanese and the ravine, and this, as you say, this is the Italian section.
So this is one of the summer houses.
It is, yeah. There are 6 garden shelters in the Terrace Gardens, and this is one of them really. That's here still today.
What would it have looked like back in the day then? Because at the moment it's not pristine, is it?
It's not. No, we've actually had to cordon off many of these garden shelters. They used to obviously have viewing points above, and underneath would have had all seating for people to come in and sit in. Really, as Leverhulme went about his day-to-day business.
And after a day in the Rivington countryside, if you're feeling a bit cold, a bit hungry, get yourself down here to the Great House Barn. It's open 7 days a week. They serve brilliant tea and cake. Or if it's a Sunday, then the Rivington Hall Barn will be open, where they do very hearty Sunday lunches. But for now, I think I'm going to work my way through this.